Hey, I'm Jimmy over at Vortex Optics, and we're here today to teach you about the CRS Zero Stop, what it is, and then demonstrate how to set it up. So let's get to it. CRS stands for Custom Rotation Stop, and as a point of clarification, it is not a hard stop right at zero. It is a mechanism that indicates when you've reached your zero or bottom rotation. After dialing up for a long distance shot, simply rotate the turret clockwise in the down direction until the turret comes to a stop. To re-index your zero, just dial it back counterclockwise to line up the zero on the turret and the reference line on the scope body. It's consistent and repeatable every time. Before we can set the CRS Zero Stop, first you'll need to zero the rifle accurately at the range at whatever distance you prefer. Once we've accomplished that, now we can take a look at the tools that we'll need to complete the job. Any scope that has the CRS feature will come with these two things. You will need the shims and the Allen wrench to set the CRS. Step 1 is to use the included hex wrench to loosen the set screws. They don't need to come all the way out, but you'll need to back them out several turns. I've loosened the first one here, and you'll want to do the same for the other two screws around the perimeter of the turret. Step 2 is to remove the turret cap by pulling straight up on the turret, being careful not to turn the turret and make any clicks in the process. Using the shim pieces included with your scope, fill in the gap here on the turret all the way up. Stack them one on top of the other, alternating from one side to the other as you go. Alright, the last shim is in place. One thing to note, a very slight remaining gap is okay. If a shim piece doesn't slide into place pretty easily, don't force it. You don't need to use all of the provided shims. Step 4 is to reinstall the elevation cap. Line up the zero mark on the turret with the indicator line on the scope body and push down. The zero mark should fit neatly in the middle of the groove. Step 5, using the hex wrench again, firmly tighten down the set screws while holding the turret cap in place so the zero indicator does not move from where you had it. Alright, I've tightened down the first one here, and you'll want to do the same for the other two screws around the perimeter of the turret. One last thing to note is that the CRS mechanism should only be utilized on the top elevation. There's no need to utilize this for the windage turret because you may need to dial in either direction to compensate for a crosswind. Alright guys, hope you learned something in the video today.